Welcome to the Link Show, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. We are live here at the Protea campus in Bellville, which is really the heart of the Northlink campus. And I tell you what, it is a hive of activity. We are here for a very good reason. My name is Dougal. Thank you very much for watching. Alongside me, as always, is Rhoda. Hello.
Hello, Dougal. How are we doing?
No, fantastic. Yeah. Absolutely wonderful. We're here at Protea campus, and not just for any normal broadcast. This is something special.
It's something special, Dougal. And we've been watching here, guys, and it's been so interesting. We'll show you later what's happening on the floor right now, but I'm telling you, I'm getting excited just looking at this, and it's a competition happening right now. I mean, while we're sitting here, there's a competition happening. People are being judged as we're speaking right now. So one wouldn't think this is something a Northlink College would actually be showcasing at the end of the day. Am I right, Dougal?
Yeah, that is. And what we are witnessing and what is currently happening is the provincial edition of the WorldSkills South Africa competition, the provincial competition. This is the Western Cape edition. And it's also the career festival that is taking place right now. So we got a lot to delve in because there are different competitors here, ranging here from different campuses, different colleges, a huge amount of stakeholders that are involved. We're going to get really down to the nitty-gritty. But as always, we'd like to remind you it's an interactive show, and of course, we look forward to your questions and comments, because if you're watching this as a prospective Northlink student, this is what life would be like, where you get to compete the amazing skills that you acquire and learn, of course, and you get to apply it. But this being a provincial competition, there's also a national competition, and eventually competition does take a place abroad. There is an international aspect as well. So we're really just at the heart of it, and really to find the meat on the bone for you, and we're going to tell you all about it. But as always, all the information you need relating to Northlink College, simply visit the website. Go to Northlink's website with all the details. Now, let's get straight into it, because we've got many guests for you today. And of course, we're really excited being here at the Protea campus. And I might just tell you where our set currently is. We are in the heart of competition land, because literally 10 meters from where we are, there's a competition taking place. So all the noise you're hearing in the background, there's bricklaying taking place. There was some drilling taking place, which obviously is an electrical competition. I saw some cabinet making. There's also hospitality. There's plumbing. There's all sorts happening here. So whatever you hear is because we're really in the heart of competition. The thing I do know is we can't disturb the students, the competitors, at least too much. But we do have guests for you. And our very first guest today here on the Link Show is Ryan March, who is the Provincial Apprentice and Artisan Development Steering Committee Chairperson. So really the person who can give us the best overview of what this is all about. So Ryan, thank you so much for coming on to the Link Show. Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. Excellent. For me, it's a pleasure to be here and share with you guys the information about the competition. But really, I'm blessed to be here.
It's fantastic having you along. And quickly, in a nutshell, what is this WorldSkills South Africa competition? What is this all about?
So I'll share with you guys, the importance of WorldSkills International primarily, and then also WorldSkills South Africa. It is basically a celebration and a showcase of vocational skills that are available within South Africa.
Okay.
And showing the public, the benefit of aspiring to acquire a vocational skill, and how that can then impact not only your own life, but also your immediate community. And then on a larger scale, by acquiring an artisanal skill or vocational skill, you would then be able to impact your local economy, and then at a larger scale, our national economy, contribute to the GDP by becoming either entrepreneur or employee, and then further to that, then also being able to employ others and inspire others to pursue a vocational skill.
That is definitely the essence and the importance of this competition. Now, the competitors today, are they all in their final year? Where are they within their study career?
So most of the competitors, their range of experience actually varies. We might have some first years, we might have some second years. However, at best, most of them are relatively on the same skill level.
Okay.
And subsequently so, the process that they've gone through would have been the local competitions, similar to the provincial competition, where they would then apply the skills that they've learned, whether it be in plumbing and heating, or whether it be welding, hospitality, or hairdressing, to prove, themselves there against the standard that has been set, and then to excel to the provincial competition where we are at now.
And then just on that, because I do believe we actually have the industry here as well.
Yes, we
And
do
not
have.
just our team.
Yes, absolutely. We do have some industry representation as well. There's many stakeholders that come and see, and the opportunity there then really lies for strategic partnerships with the TVET sector. That then expands into opportunities for youth for placement, post competition or when they have qualified or on course, so that they're able to gain the practical experience that they require. For most of the vocational skills to then become a qualified artisan or to then attempt final assessment to get that Red Seal certificate.
Wow.
And now, so how long does this competition actually last? When does it start? When does it end?
So yesterday, and the reference terms are C-1 or the day before the competition, we had the opening ceremony that was hosted at the Tygerberg campus of Northlink, and we're thankful for Northlink for giving us the venue where all of the competitors then gathered. We had some guests there as well, TVET principals and industry as well, to come and have a look at the opening ceremony where we basically they advocate the purpose of the competition, the why and the how. Today we are on C1, which is competition day 1, where the competitions have started. Competitors will then compete for a certain period of time, and then at the end of the day. Tomorrow we have C2 and C3 on Thursday, which would be the end of the competition. Most of the competitions are scheduled to end at about 1. And then on Friday, we will have the closing ceremony at the Protea campus.
Okay.
As well. Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
All
So
right.
3 days of competing, it's full on, it's full on. Many of these youngsters have gone through a lot of preparation to make sure that they are ready for this competition, and now it's actually the time for them to show their grit or their mettle,
How does this competition then differ from, because this is our provincial competition.
Yes.
How does this differ from, let's say, the local one that they would have had at their local institutions first?
If I can give you an example, and I'll have to use plumbing and heating as an example, as I'm also a plumbing and heating expert. So at the local competition, we would look at competencies. In plumbing, there is hot water, cold water, sanitary ware, there's rainwater. So we will choose some of those elements to align with the skill set of the learners that we might have. And we might test hot water, cold water, or cold water and sandware, and there's also drainage.
Okay.
So those elements are identified I would say, at base level to benchmark. From there, we would escalate, include more components or more technicalities, If I can use an example, let's say in the local heats, we would use a normal water closet or toilet that everybody knows it's fixed to the ground. At the provincial competition, it's hung on the wall. So there's no base. I believe you would see these at the mall as well.
Yeah.
It looks like they're floating, and some people might be scared to go have a seat there.
Yeah.
So that is how we have progression in the competition. More technicalities. We maybe add a little bit of technology.
Yeah.
If I can share as well, in a national competition, for instance, we might have electronic taps.
Yeah.
Similar to the ones that you might see in the mall. Or your more modern installations. So
Yeah.
that is how the progression goes. Obviously, then this is all benchmarked against the WorldSkills standard or international standard, and the standard is excellence. So for us, it also creates the opportunity to instill in our learners and within the TVET sector, to embody that principle that we always strive for excellence. So that when we are going through a training program within the sector, the product or the individual that we then generate from that system of aspiring to excellence makes a better appeal to industry at the end of the day. It's easier to place them because what they've learned within the TVET sector is beyond the basics that
100%.
exist historically, what we have been taught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now once we have the provincial parts done, and this will then be happening across the land, we have the national competition.
Yes.
And then from there, how many competitors will then be competing with a big international event, which I heard you say off air earlier happens in the Far East.
Yes, so during the national competition, one competitor progresses. So if there's 10 skills and there is, let's say, for example, 30 competitors competing across the skills, let's say 3 per skill, only one competitor will have the opportunity to represent South Africa.
Within that certain
in
vocation.
a skill set, yeah. Let's say, I'll use an example again, hospitality. If there's 3, only one competitor will have the opportunity to compete on the international stage. There's some other skills like mobile robotics, where a group that competes is 2 individuals.
Yeah.
So in that case, then for that type of skill, it would be a team that then progresses to compete on the international
And
stage.
how do we fare with the rest of the world when it comes to it? Because that is, I suppose, the benchmark that we follow.
Look, it's a good question to ask, and I would say that South Africa has made significant progress since the timeline that we have started to compete. Certainly there's room for growth. We are not where we want to be yet. This time around, there's a lot more targets for medals of excellence, at least more bronzes, silvers, and golds, possibly. But we aspire, we aspire to reach that standard of excellence. And in our preparation this time around, we are focusing a lot more on technicalities and getting the basics right, and then just building on that cornerstone that is there to ensure technical aspects, and more modern technologies that are used globally. We look at acquiring that so that our competitors then can be exposed to the technology before they get to the competition stage, and then do their best.
Ryan, earlier you said, obviously, you mentioned that the stakeholders are involved as well. Now, in terms of that industry exposure and obviously lifting the standard already here from a learning sort of level up to where you become now, let's say, qualified, you're like a professional level.
Yes.
That is cardinal, because that, let's say, within the next 3, 4, 5 years, that is a huge jump in standard.
It is a huge jump.
And do you see that because of competitions like that, do you see that the standard jumps quite a bit?
Absolutely. The example that I can make, in the Western Cape, for instance, where it is a very modern city, if I can call it that.
Yeah.
And certainly the technologies that we are using within the competitions allow learners who would not traditionally be exposed to the type of technologies then to get trained within that space, you know, preparing themselves then to exit into industry, and certainly the time that is spent in preparation for competition. If you look at compound interest, if you can call it that, there's way more experience that is gained basically in the competition format because of the pressure, you know, having to manage your time, having to work to the nearest millimeter when you're looking at accuracy. So that does definitely impact. And raise the bar, you know, and as I've said before, it allows for a better product or a stronger individual that is highly skilled to then exit into the sector and provide their services, whichever skill.
So I'm listening to you and I'm hearing all the important, obviously competing, which is extremely tough and quite a lot of pressure. Share some excitement around the diversity of the trades that's happening, especially even just today.
Yeah, look, we've got plumbing on the one side, and opposite plumbing, we've got hospitality, you know. Then we've got electrical, we've got renewable energy technologies, you know. Critical for South Africa, you know, looking at, I would say, the situation that we have, I don't want to mention, but our lights are on stage, and cameras are on. Critical skills, you know, that South Africa needs, you know, to bolster our economy. And to make sure, you know, with the timeline that we're in, there's a lot of ailing artisans and older people that have to exit. And we need to make sure that we have the new workforce there, the new entrepreneurs to create new opportunities then for youth to transition, you know, into the different fields. At Protea campus, we also have bricklaying and we have carpentry as well. However, at the Bellville campus, we've got welding, where that is being showcased, and at the Parow campus, we have got hairdressing that is being practiced there. So the diversity is huge, and across the skills you have boys and girls, highly important. It's unfortunate this time around we don't have any females within the plumbing or some of the harder trades, but in the vocational programs that we offer at the TVETs, we definitely have a higher intake of females into previously male-dominated trades, which is a good indication for me that the sector is opening up, you know, creating the opportunity and the space for inclusivity.
No, it certainly does sound exciting. It really does. So this is exciting times ahead for you now because you still got a couple of days left with the
Absolutely.
competition. And so far, you're very happy with everything you've seen, pleased with how everything is going, the competition standard and all of those?
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I'm happy that today, when we were supposed to start, we are able to start. You know, with all large-scale projects, you sometimes have a little bit of logistics that you just need to iron out, tweak a little bit here. But after the first day of competition, you know, you get into your groove. It's like a long-distance ride, you know. You have your comfort. And you are ensured that the destination that you need to reach, the GPS is on, you'll get there.
You'll get there.
You'll get there.
Lovely, lovely.
Ryan, thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
time.
Oh,
Thank you so
wow.
much for the insights. Thank you for really sharing this. And we wish you all the best with the remaining of the competition. And Godspeed. And thank you once
Yes.
again for all your hard work. Thank
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you
It
very
was a
much.
pleasure to be with you guys.
Thank you very much. That is Ryan Marsh, everybody, who is the Provincial Apprenticeship and Artisan Development Steering Committee Chairperson, of course,
That's right.
also one of the people behind this and steering this in the right direction. But I can definitely tell you that the competition is heating up and things are quite exciting as it goes.
exciting.
But you've got a great overview now in terms of how it is happening and the competition. So where we are now, there's still hospitality judging. I can
right,
see
yes.
that was happening here. I want to say this is plumbing, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's electrical. I don't know. But
Is it
people
the
are,
gentleman here in front of us?
yeah.
He's electrical.
Is
he's
that electrical? Yeah,
Yes.
I saw him drilling
Yeah.
a pipe earlier, making holes in a pipe, and I thought, okay,
Exactly.
cool. This is the strainer part of the competition, but it wasn't that. It was something completely different.
And I was waving to hospitality now because they're walking past and they were waving. So.
Yeah. So it is all happening. It is all exciting here with the competition. But we have more guests for you because we really want to get you really into the feel of the competition and what the WorldSkills competition is all about. Remember, this is the Western Cape Provincial edition of the WorldSkills South African competition currently taking place, where ultimately, of course, we will be competing in the Far East and making our way in China in the new future. But Don Anthony joins us next here on the Link Show today, which is brilliant. And he's a provincial expert for plumbing, which is one of the fields that is being competed with. And Don joins us. Don, thank you very much. How are you, sir?
I'll definitely. Hey, you know what?
Yeah?
Thank you.
It's all happening at the same
Yeah, all
time.
happening at the same time, yeah.
Yeah, so day one of the
times.
competition, how's it going?
So far, getting the competitors where it's supposed to be, and being starting now, you can see the excitement is there.
Yeah.
The nervous is kicking in for each and every one of them.
Yeah.
So I took a walk around to see how things are going, but you can see seriousness, no smiles. Prior to the competition, everybody was excited, smiling and happy. But I think when they hear the clock is starting, then I think now it's all the nerves for them.
Yeah, it's all happening.
Yeah.
So you were obviously focused more on the plumbing side of the competition.
Yeah, so I started with WorldSkills in 2015 already. So in 2015 we had a competitor that was competing into, he was winning the national, he was winning the provincials, the locals and all that. Went to national and then also qualified to go to Brazil.
Oh, wow.
That was the first one, Glenn. And then we have another competitor in 2017, so it's every second year. So in 2017 then it was Siabonga Makatini, also competing into Abu Dhabi. And in 2019, it was then Keegan Lucas. Keegan Lucas is currently working now for one of the biggest geyser manufacturer companies in South Africa. And then also in 2019, then one of the competitors was, not 19, 2022. He had a little incident with his hand, so he couldn't go to the next one, Russia. And then in 2024, there was another competition happening in France. And then he went to France and he did very well. So there is a category that we're trying to have a bench where we're sitting ourselves, for example, if it comes to we don't want to be lost. We don't want to be second last. So with the bench is coming there, we'll be moving into the teens of doing well in plumbing and heating, yes.
Yeah. So just the sound of things, like, I mean, obviously, clearly, just from a provincial aspect, the provincial side teams is then good because they're actually representing internationally.
Yeah. So what that is that the guys are getting thorough training. I was appointed at, I think it was last year, I've been appointed as the coach. So now, all the other years, you will only go to, for example, to nationals. Now it's international. They made coaches now available as well. So now we can go to the country where the represent or the competition will be, and then you can see what's happening there. And then you can take all that information that is there, the strategies that the people are using, different kind. Now you can take that and install it into our students and the competitors. Yes.
Wow, wow, wow. So success stories of past competitors, and I heard of some of them obviously working for very big companies.
Yeah.
So, you know, what does it mean to them in their careers, obviously?
So Siebonga Makatini, he's the one that's working, he's working on the borderlines of Congo, borderlines.
Wow.
So he's doing very well for himself, but he's working for a company. Then Glenn was the first one. Glenn is working in Australia. And then we're having Keegan Lucas, like I mentioned already. He's working for one of the biggest plumbing companies, for the geyser companies, yes. And then we're having the last one that was Werner. Werner, he's still part of a one of the plumbing occupational. He's still busy with that. So he will be finishing next year to be a qualified plumber, but he already started his own company.
Oh, wow.
And he's working with a qualified plumber, and he has also an apprentice that's working with him. Not with him, but work with the companies.
Wow,
So, yeah.
wow.
So yeah, so those are like some amazing successes, because I actually wanted to ask you as well, you know, the link between, let's say, the WorldSkills and the job market.
Yeah.
Because obviously some of the stakeholders here, some of the industry people are here with those various sectors, they're all attending these kind of competitions.
Yeah. And some of the companies, when they see them, because plumbing is not just about the installation of it. There's also going to be marketing people that wants to be a qualified plumber. We have some of the companies that is here, one of the guys that are working for Sunridge, if I can mention the name, but working for Sunridge, even he's a qualified plumber. He's working in industry, and that is where he comes to the college, and then he speaks to all the students that is there. So you don't just need to go and do plumbing the whole time. You can market, you can sell it. You can also become a technical technician where you're giving people guidance regarding to plumbing.
Yeah. And it's amazing how things sort of crisscross with as technology advances, as things advance in life. You know, how everything sort of intertwines with one another. It is. So how competitions reflect real workplace and expectations? I mean, when we spoke to Ryan earlier, he said, you know, like it does become trickier as the competition moves on. In terms of what the competitors are experiencing now, is that as close as possible? Is that simulation as close as possible to what real life will be?
Yes, 100%. Why? It's because whether, and I will mention it again, the occupation, what do we call it, QCTO. So we're linking up with QCTO. QCTO is the body that's looking after for all the trades, occupational certificates. So when you look into the curriculum and you're looking into what we're doing as the WorldSkills, they're already setting the platform. That is why the old CBMT, the legacy programs, they're taking it out. In 2027, it will be out of the system. Then the new one is already there now, but then it will start flowing much easier.
And this is now the
QCTO, yes.
yeah.
That's correct, yeah.
That's Center of Specialization.
That's correct, the Center of Specialization. So with the new curriculum, it gives us actually like a open, you know, they can go in any field that they would like to go, because the curriculum is covering all of the work. If it was the legacy, they're only based on to this particular module, and then they have to, so like they say, copy and paste, padded style. But when it comes to the occupational certificate, it becomes very broad, very, very broad.
Wow.
Okay. Sure. How's the competition going so far? I mean, we're just hours into it.
Yeah.
Do you see what you like so far? I mean, obviously you were now looking and sort of judging it earlier as well.
So for plumbing and heating, we're a little bit behind with the time. So we will catch up now after this one, then I will see how far they are. But when I was walking into the other skills, I saw that they're already into the second module, and some of them, you know, finishing their first module. So I can see that progress we will be on time.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be on time.
And quickly, before we let you go, I want to thank you for your time as well, because we've now dragged you away from the thing. So as a competitor, as a student, how long do you compete? What do we do, like 2 hours?
No. So different skills have different time frames.
Yeah.
So you will have, for example, I saw that what we're doing is now we only receive, yesterday we received the test projects. When I say the test project, we're talking about the judges and all of those people. So they don't say before the time. So then they had to go through it, do familiarization with it, and then there's a time. So then they will say bricklaying will do 21 hours, then you're getting the plumbing will do 19, 18 hours. So with it, there's also modules. So module number 1 will take 4 hours, and then we finish, we'll mark that one. Module number 2 or A or B, what the case may be, and then we will follow that time frame that is there. But we're only getting the 3 days to do it, because Thursday is the last day.
Ooh, so it must all be done.
Yeah.
It must all be done by Thursday.
Yo.
Yo. But the competition is intense so far.
Very, very, I can say. And why it make it intense? Because there's different competitors from different colleges. And what is nice about it is that, like Mr. Mars will always tell us, is that we don't compete against each other. We compete against the standard. And when we compete against the standard, it means you can go out of this competition, you can go work in industry, because there's a standard in industry that we're working towards.
Yeah. You get to do all of that.
Yeah.
Well, Don, listen, thank you so much
Thank
for your
you.
time and thank you for
thank
your
you.
insights.
Wow.
Any closing comments?
I just wanted to thank you guys for being here, and also give the opportunity to all the sponsors and all the, especially WorldSkills, DHCT, all of them, they're putting effort in to make this for the youngsters. It's nothing for us, but it's more for the youngsters. Tomorrow, when they can put onto their CV WorldSkills, then they know that bench, it was good. Thank you very much for being here.
Absolutely fantastic
you.
having you, man.
Oh,
Thank you
wow.
so much.
Thank you very much,
for coming
guys.
along.
Okay.
Thank you. So that is Don Anthony, everybody, provincial expert for plumbing within the WorldSkills. And of course, the plumbing competition
Wow.
is heating up quite nicely.
It
And
is.
things are happening there,
That's
Rhoda.
happening, Dougal. I mean, I was watching
Excuse me.
earlier, and I thought it was actually the place where we're going to sit and eat. And I saw the guys busy there with their black suits and the glasses being put down. I saw the one guy using his arm to measure, and I was like, wow. And we were told then it's a competition is happening
Yeah.
at that point. So, guys, this is amazing. I'm really as exciting. I find it very exciting just
Yeah.
watching this. I didn't even know there was something like this happening.
No,
I mean,
it
how
isn't.
amazing is that?
And it has quieted down, like in the where we were shooting. So where our set is based currently, it has quieted
Yeah.
down. Though I think people have gone on lunch maybe at this stage.
I think
That is
so.
what happened. But there's still a bit of activity going there. And we will at some point, of course, just sort of show you what the competition line is looking like and what is happening. But once again, thank you very much to Don Anthony, who joined us here on the Link Show. Now, of course, all the information you need and everything you would like to know about WorldSkills, all that information is out on Northlink's website, as well as all of these competitions are taking place. But this could be you. So
Oh, yeah.
once again, I want to say this to prospective students, mom, dad, teachers, learners, whoever is watching this, whatever the trade you are studying is, whatever the skills you are acquiring, that will be tested. And it not only tested in terms of your tests and exams that you do in order to get your qualification, but also with the industry. You have something like WorldSkills competition taking
Wow.
place, which throughout the province, there are skills taking place now, or at least the competition taking place. And ultimately, it comes down to narrowing it down to the national competition. And from there, moving on to the international side.
International.
So that is what you certainly can look after. And just listening to what Don said a moment ago, we've certainly done well.
We've done very well.
Yeah, we've certainly done well. But we are moving on because we have another guest for you that we want to talk to. And joining us this time around is Ali Tibalioni, who is the WorldSkills Technical Delegate Assistant with WorldSkills SA. So Ali, thank you so much for coming on to the Link Show. How are you, sir?
I am great. I'm good. It's nice to be here on the Link Show.
Yeah, it's great. It's great
Lovely.
having you. You're the first person we spoke to this morning.
Yes.
Or at least I spoke to this morning. I just want to say
the
you're the
first
very,
one?
you like, so me and you have now a longer relationship.
Oh, thank you very much.
We have a longer relationship.
Nice to be here.
It's great having you here. How's the competition going so far?
The competition is doing well. It's going so well. I think everything is well prepared. The local organizing committee, they did their best. And we can see we've got a lot of skills that are, taking place here. All in all, I know that they've got about 10 skills. So 8 of them are here and 2 are
Yes.
off-site skills.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know the
Wow.
hairdressing was one.
And also welding.
And welding. Yeah.
welding.
I was going to volunteer my hair, but I figured this is going to be a tricky one.
I'm keeping the
Gonna be a
best for
tricky one.
last. I'll go later. Have,
one.
just a refresh of some
Good
sort.
one,
yes.
good one.
So that is taking place. When we spoke to Ryan earlier, when we spoke to Don earlier, the link between having a competition like that, and I'm very interested to have your take on this as well. this kind of competition, what is happening here with the WorldSkills competition versus what is happening with the industry standard? What is your take on this?
I'll tell you one thing. You know, WorldSkills in itself, it's a brand, and South Africa is actually a member of WorldSkills International. So we don't just start or rock up and do things, you know, out of the blue. We, as a member, we need to follow certain prescripts that are given internationally. So they have something called the WorldSkills Occupational Standard, and that is actually the reason why I want to link it now with industry. With that standard is actually the WorldSkills International, what they do, they will then go to leading economies and also companies. They will be looking at what trends are there. Let's take, for in case, motor mechanics. You know that in South Africa we are moving into EVs, but we are not fully into EVs. So we still have got hybrids, hybrids at the moment. So the world out there, they are going fully electrical. So we also want to go there. So that now becomes a golden standard that we want to live up to. So we really need to make sure that we keep up with that standard. So even industry in South Africa, I think they also aspire to do the same. I mean, if the world is moving in a certain direction, who are we to then want to be stagnant? So we also want to follow and move. So you'll find that industry also has got interest in WorldSkills because of we are dealing with an occupational standard. And remember, where will you keep the standards in occupationally? That will be in the workplace. So this, what we're doing here, links directly with what the workplace and industry are actually looking for.
So obviously with what you're saying, that is probably why employers will really value the sort of level linked to competitors in the competition like this.
Definitely. Remember, as an employer, you will want to be productive, and you cannot be productive with people who don't know your standards. So what we're doing here, we're actually saying we are advocating for occupational standards. And those are the standards that are needed by industry. If we give you a youngster who has gone through competitions, they are already at a certain level of that occupational standard. And I think industry will be more than glad to actually receive such a youngster. Yes.
Now watching, obviously you now watching the provincial side of things here, where you in the Western Cape now judging this sort of, how does this look?
It looks good. I'll tell you. We are now in our 4th province. We started in Mpumalanga, then we went to KZN, we went to Eastern Cape last week. So this week we are in in Western Cape. Next week we'll be going to the Northern Cape. So ever since we've been, through all the provinces, the standard here is good. It compares, I think everyone, because we also tell them what is it that we need as head office, WorldSkills. But then they will always, want to strive, to make it 100%. Up to that standard. Yes. So organized very well. I'll give them a 90 out of 100.
Hey,
oh wow! Oh wow!
Well done.
That's very
high.
No, but this is what I see, and I think you also can attest to that.
Definitely.
The standard is good.
That does look good. It does look good. So, just to give the viewers a brief overview, how's the competition structured? How does it work? Is it just any student, becomes a competitor, or within the campus, apart from the local competition, when that takes place, like say on Northlink campus in itself? But how do you just raise your hand and say, yes, I want to go into a competition?
Thank you for that. But what happens is we have got 28 skills that are listed. Out of the 67 international. So South Africa will be competing in 28 skills in China next year in September. So out of the 28, then we will actually put out an application and we say anyone who is currently either studying or they're already qualified in that, as long as they meet the age category.
Which is?
Which is 22 in most skills, and there is 25. So we've got 3 skills that are of 25-year category, which will be your water, mechatronics, and also I'll remember mobile robotics. Those 3 actually falls under the 25-year category.
Everything else,
but
22.
Everything is 22. And how they calculate 22, you should not turn 23 in the year of international competition.
Okay, so I can't be. So I got to be turning 22 next year.
You should be 22 next year, not turning 23 in any month of 2026.
Of 2026.
So even if the international competition is in September, you may not turn 23 in October, November, or December.
Got you.
So in that year of international competition, the whole year, you may not turn
Not allowed
23.
to. Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Yes. All right.
Wow.
So you see, that is one of the criteria there. And we say anyone, either you are studying or you are working, you might be actually at a school level, you know, school going age, at your grade 11 or 12.
Yeah.
As long as you're studying maths and science,
Yeah.
in most of the skills you will be able to actually enter there.
Because on that note, let me just backtrack here for a second, because some of the people wandering through, we obviously saw school learners as well. There are school-going learners that are here, obviously observing everything. Because apart from the WorldSkills, there's also this career festival that is taking place. And this is really, because now you really see what somebody's doing within that occupation or trade.
I'll tell you this, the reason why we have got the career festival going on as well, we want to bring WorldSkills to be known to everyone. This is our way of advocacy as well. But besides that, we're also trying to say, in WorldSkills, what are the benefits? You know, as a student or as a learner, still at a school-going age, you can come here. Maybe you have not yet chosen your career.
Yeah.
So we are exposing you to all these that are here. And, you know, depending on a province and how many skills that they're taking, like we're saying here, we're taking about 10. So students around here in the Western Cape will definitely be able to see what's happening within those 10 skills. Yes.
And the technology and the expertise that's involved in setting up the challenges for the competitors.
You see, it also have to match that WorldSkills occupational standard. So that's the link. So you cannot actually say, I want to be a plumber. But what we're using now, you will see that it's not actually the same as what we have currently in our houses. If you go to hotels, you'll find that in your toilet, you don't see the system. You just press a button, but things, you know, work behind the wall. So this is what we are actually competing against now. That is the international standard. So soon it will be in our houses as well. This is where we are moving towards.
Okay.
With your electricians, now we're talking about automations. You get into your house, then you clap your hands. Then lights switches on. Or you can even switch them on your cell phone or anywhere you are. So the technology needs to actually move and follow the trends that are happening out there in the world.
So is this way South Africa is connecting obviously globally at this point with international standards?
True, we are connecting globally. You also know that there are some companies that are coming from outside that are actually in South Africa. So they will also bring those standards. And now linking with WorldSkills, it makes it very easy because it won't be anything foreign that they're bringing in. It's something that we are already exposed to. So we're training these youngsters. Most of them, they're coming from TVET colleges, some from universities of technology, and some from universities, depending on the skills that they've entered for. So you'll see that as we're busy training them, we are also preparing them for the job market as well.
Well, it is quite intense though, and it is quite hectic though as the competition certainly heats up. And what Don was explaining to us earlier in the previous years, as South Africa, or Team South Africa, which I'm going to call it now, done particularly well within different sectors that he was part of, with the plumbing, for instance.
Definitely, and he's now operating at a provincial level. And you asked me earlier on, you know, how do they come in and how do they compete? Like I said, they will have to apply from wherever they are. But we also take them through stages because from the local hits, it's a certain percentage of the international standard. And at provincial, it's another percentage. I'll give maybe a ballpark kind of, you know, percentage. At locals, we'll be going at 50% of the international standard. At provincials, then we might be going between 70 and 80%. At national, then in some skills, we go full 100%. And where we go less than 100%, it will be because of maybe we don't have that technology as yet in South Africa that we can actually expose them to. But post the national competition, then they get trained now to attain that international standard. So those are the 3 levels within South Africa before we get ourselves to the international competition.
And is it the same in other countries where WorldSkills is taking place?
It is the same. And I'll also tell you that in all other countries that are members of WorldSkills International, we are using the TVET sector as a sector that is responsible for producing skills.
Good.
And then we're doing well. That's the
No, definitely we're doing well. We still want to attain that standard there. We haven't reached a point where we say we are, you know, ranked amongst the best.
Yeah.
Internationally, we have got a point scoring. So you need to attain 700 points of this WorldSkills occupational standard for you to be able to go or ascend the stage and receive a medal.
Yeah.
So if you reach 700 points, already you are at an excellence performance. So everyone who reaches 700, they get also, announced on the stage to say, you might have your gold, silver, and the bronze medals, but below that you also have those who have performed,
Yeah.
to that excellence standard.
Let me ask you this, in terms of the competitions of the past, are certain countries always dominant in a certain sort of skill?
There are countries like China, though they might have joined, I think the skills, I'm not sure about the year that they joined, but I think they joined, it might be around 2012 or 2014. But because of how their economy is structured,
Yeah.
they managed to move much quicker and much faster than a lot of other countries.
Yeah.
You know that our economy is battling and
Yeah.
we want to build it. I think through this WorldSkills and also having a lot of learners that goes through the TVET system, unlike most of them wanting to go to the universities, we should be able to then, fight this economy that is not doing so well.
Yeah. Because we're acquiring skills, but also it is. I absolutely love this whole thing.
Yeah.
I really love this
amazing.
WorldSkills thing. And like you say, you're being tested on an international standard, and that is so important for prospective students to know that this is really what it is. This is not anybody is left behind. This is however the globe is moving, or whichever the new technologies, everything is being embraced. Yeah, like you said, certain things is not exactly where it is, but also there are certain things where we are the market leaders in South Africa,
True.
So where that is quite important, and especially if you look at something like solar energy, that's really snowballing here with us, just
Yeah.
because we have sun all the time. So a simple thing as that. Ali, any sort of closing thoughts from you? I know you gotta go. I don't want to keep you
Yeah, we
longer
don't
than
wanna
what
keep
you
you
have to.
No, thank you for this opportunity. That will be my first point of departure. But also, I would like to say, anyone who's watching this, let them take WorldSkills as important. As long as we have got a youngster who's aspiring to become whatever profession, if it's related to what we have got and all the skills that we have listed, why not try? You see, we don't even choose to say you should be coming from this sector or that sector. We're saying as long as you meet the age category, please come through, come see what we can assist you with. We also have got a lot of industry. Like you were asking about, the relationship between WorldSkills and industry. We've got industry that is actually coming in and support. If we have to talk welding, you have got your Lincoln Electric. They are selling the best, machines in terms of welding. And they are also supporting this. At national level, we'll be using their materials. We have got a lot of other companies that comes through to make sure that our standard definitely, moves and is raised to that level. Yeah. So I would like to say, everyone, please be on the lookout. We are going to conclude the cycle in 2026. Immediately when we come back from China in September, we'll then open up applications for 2027-2028 cycle.
Wow. Okay, 2027.
And of course, once you open it up, you obviously set that out to the colleges and everybody.
Well, definitely, yes. And we also have got our social media platforms. We have got X, they call it X now, it used to be Twitter. We have got X, we have got Facebook, just like the WorldSkills Facebook page, then you'll be able to get all the updates.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Oh,
Absolutely fantastic.
Thank you so
It is
much.
Ali
Wow.
Sebanyoni. Thank you once again, sir, for being here with us today.
Wow.
Thank you very much. It
Thank
has
you.
been great to be here.
Everything of the best for the competition.
Yes.
Oh, it's
Thank
gonna
you
be a
very
tough
much.
one.
We appreciate that.
Bring back all the gold medals,
Yes, please,
700
bring
plus.
us the
Look,
gold.
you need
Everybody.
to. We
Yes.
definitely need to.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, colleagues.
Pleasure, pleasure.
Gotta love it. Yes, Ali Sebanyoni, who is the WorldSkills Technical Delegate Assistant, of course, is a Delegate Assistant here with us today, of course, looking through everything and checking it out. Yeah, so WorldSkills South Africa,
It's,
it is certainly
yeah.
heating up. And there's quite a bit happening here in the room here, and I think
Yeah.
should we do a...
You can Google. I shall wait here for you.
So shall we
you can
do
definitely take
a shift through here, because there is quite a bit happening. So do excuse me. I'm just gonna go through here. I'm gonna leave Rhoda to go out this way, and just check out how it is. Just out on the side.
To this
That is
camera.
cab. But should we will go on me. But so where we're standing right now is literally where this whole room is just sort of lit up, and all of it is. So I'm viewing competition taking place. So there is of course somebody with the electrical side that is happening, which is competing in the electrical competition right now. That is where he's competing in the. He's got his picture up and everything, and there's an expert judging him, and it's all quite intense here. That's where it's happening. There was drilling happening. Looks like he's putting on plug points or something, but definitely light switches or something. That is happening. But I'm just going to move a little bit further here through to the back. Is where I'm going to move. So we've got electric there. There's fashion design technology taking place on that side, and yeah, just immediately to my right, what is set up here is obviously the hospitality side of things that is taking place here, because you can see tables set here with various glasses, lots of taking place there, and that is happening the far over there, so that will happen as well. Is section of competition taking place. This is the plumbing that is all happening here. So quite a bit on the side that is all taking place here. But it is intense. That is, make no mistake about it. It is happening. Competitors are taking a break though. And I want to get out of their hairs though, because I know I'm not allowed to sort of talk to them. But this is where it is. But Rhoda, we're going to go over back to you. And Pastor, go this side. Yeah, all right. Go through to the back. Sure. He's a position at the moment. So I can go back to him with the blue. I can talk to him. He's a competitor. I'm gonna disturb right here quickly. Right, can I steal you for a second here? Sure. So what exactly is happening? That's the competitor there.
For electrical
Yes,
installation.
yes,
So
yes.
what he is doing a basic installation that would service a household. This one is on a little bit industrial setup. So
Yeah.
he would do all of the trunking, all of the wireways, the DB boards. So at the end of the day, whatever has to be connected to that is then functional.
Okay. And how far is he in this competition now?
Look, he started this morning quite early. So he is about, I would say, 25%.
Okay, can we talk to him?
You can just check with this gentleman. I'm not sure whether he's on a break now,
Yeah.
but you can speak to the national expert over here, and he will then facilitate access.
All right,
to
so
the
we can
computer.
we can talk to the national expert quickly. Hello, Mr. National Expert. How are you? Are you all right? Sorry to disturb you. Sorry to disturb you. Yeah, can we talk to your competitor? Yes. Can we have a quick word with him?
We can go
All
speak to
right,
him.
sorry. Thank you very much. I know you. How are you? Just come this side here. Obi, thank you. How are you, man? How's things going?
Going good. We're
Yeah.
going strong along. We're almost finished with the mountings, and then it's going to be tomorrow starting to wire and pulling wires and terminating.
Are you quite happy with what you've done?
Yes, so far. The easiest part of it all's done. Now it's just trunking and conduits and PVC piping and metal piping.
I got to ask you something again. When you enter competition like that, how nervous are you?
I was in the beginning nervous before I started, but now that I see how far I am, I'm not that nervous. I'm actually.
Good luck. Let's leave it there. Best wishes. Best wishes. So there we go. There's one competitor we got to at least a word in. Wasn't sure whether we could talk to them, but we found out that we could. And yeah, that is all happening here. Of course, all the judging here at the back with the hospitality, as you can see, but it is definitely intense here with the WorldSkills at the Protea campus, because this is where the competition taking place. This is only day one. This will definitely run through to Thursday. So there's lots more to come. So Rhoda, back to you then.
Did you enjoy that walk, Dougal? Oh, wow. It is so interesting. I'm so excited for all of this. While we're waiting for Dougal to get back, I must say, just being here and experiencing, it's an extremely proud moment, I must say. And you know what, as we said, for parents out there, families that need to make those decisions, you know what, Northlink obviously has always been stating, you know, they make a difference at the end of the day. This is exactly it. Make that difference in your life. You can also become to competition eventually, and maybe you can get through to when in 2028. You can make it through to the world champs, which is international.
Yeah. So back here with you. Yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. And it was great
wow.
just talking to the one competitor there, but there's quite a bit happening. There was a break. And you don't want to really get in there because people are busy with the competition. You don't want to disturb them and mark them down. You know, I don't want to be the one responsible for all of that.
No, you don't
but
want to
it
be.
is happening,
No,
and it
Dougal.
is happening. But most important, this is what you get exposed to. So definitely the choice, if you're a
The
learner,
choice,
teachers, wherever you are now, if you thinking, what does my future hold? This is the answer. Go check out Northlink's website. Go on the website. Go check it out. Here you have the WorldSkills competition. This is really brilliant. And ultimately, we never actually spoke about it. Just thinking about it, what a way to go to China.
What a way to go to China. I'm telling you, China of all places.
Yeah.
Right?
So definitely check out.
September next year.
September next year. Definitely check out the Northlink website. You'll find all the details there, but this is what you're exposed to. In terms of all the stakeholders here, all the industry experts that are here, the students that are here from various campuses that are competing. There are high school learners here. There's also the career festival. Everything is taking place. The drilling is really heating up now, which is also our alarm, just to remind us that we are basically at the end of the show.
We're the end of the show, Dougal. Thank
Yeah.
you for being here and sharing this moment with us. Definitely.
Yes, remember to like and subscribe, and of course share the show, and all the information you need, simply visit the website of Northlink. So then from the Protea campus here, that wraps it up for us
That
for the
wraps
Link
it
Show
up
for
the Link
today.
Show. Yes. See
Until
you.
next time, bye everybody.
Thank you.